Hey folks, man, this is Monk, and we are back with another episode, man. And me and Bobby Blockbuster,
yo.
We're here to give you another list, man. Today is going to be a fun one, man. We're going to be talking about basically vehicles in the films, and I'm going to start off with the Ecto 1, man, from Ghostbusters. What year is that? 1984?
84, yep.
And interesting thing about this, man, I kind of love how the setup of the film is, because our Ghostbusters crew, we need some transportation, man.
Yes.
So my man Ray Stantz goes out and drops $4,800 on this lemon. And they're immediately giving my man flack, this and that. But it's probably one of the best investments our fledgling business has invested in, besides hiring Janine, who is the glue of this whole operation.
Yes.
What I love about this, man, they convert this. It's kind of a Hirsch ambulance.
I was about to say, it looks like a Hirsch, dog.
Yeah.
So, which is form-fitting since they catch ghosts with it. You know what I'm saying?
And he says it's funny in the movie. He needs some suspension work, the shocks, brake pads, lining steering, like everything. This car is just busted. But then they transform it into the lean, mean driving machine, Ghostbuster mobile that it becomes, man. Yes. And it's dope because, I love the fact that the color scheme that they went to, man.
Yes.
It's all white, which kind of looks ambulances. But when you get up close, you see the Ghostbusters logo, and they've got extra additions to it, like inside, where the body will slide down. They've installed this thing to store their proton packs, so they can jump out the Ghostbuster mobile, run to the back real quick, throw the packs on, and go inside and get busy, man.
One thing I love about it is being a bigger size and stature guy. This car has the accommodations to fit 4 grown sized men in it, to like you said, to jump in and jump out smoothly, because you never know how fast you might need to exit the vehicle when you got some ghost catching to do.
Yeah, it's great, man. It's an excellent look vehicle, excellent choice. Later on, like in other iterations, to me, man, I don't know about you, but I think the cartoon version to me is the ultimate version of Ghostbusters outside the film, because it expanded on the lore and all that. But there's moments in that where even the Ecto 1 gets upgrades, man. Yes. It gets the proton cannon on the back for the really big ghosts, which, our guys, they got their stuff, they do what they do, but then you got the big cannon sometimes to help with the larger entities that they can't handle. It comes in with backup.
And to your point, that's why I like the new installments of the franchise too, with the Afterlife and the one that's going to be coming out, the Ice Age or whatever that, because they're continuously enhancing the Ecto 1. Like, in the last one that hit theaters, dude, there was a driver, a gun seat that came out, you know what I'm saying, while they're driving.
I love that.
It was like, dude, come on, you know what I'm saying?
Almost like it's like the turtle van thing.
You know what I'm saying?
It's
because it is the kind of car that it is. It seems like it's very easy to add enhancements to it. You know what I'm saying? When you got the right person working on it. You know what I mean?
They also say alternatively, the original script had the Ectomobile being black with purple and white lights and
cool,
detail. Yeah. What would have been cool though, now that I think about it? It'd been cool if they made an episode where maybe a ghost possessed the Ecto 1. Yeah. Maybe there is one. I gotta look into the cartoon.
And it turns
stuff.
like slime or green.
Yeah. But it's definitely iconic, man.
Yes.
One of the best, man, from the movies, man.
Yes,
definitely.
Absolutely. I'm with you 100%. So my first vehicle is none other than the 1989 Batmobile. From 1989 Batman. This was a game changer for the franchise, okay? Before this, the only version of the Batmobile that we had was the one from the show, the TV series, which no disrespect to that one. I love me an old school big body. That's cool. But this one took inventiveness to a whole nother level. In 1989, this Batmobile had accommodations to it that we now see in modern day cars. It had a reverse camera. It could drive itself. Yeah. You could talk to it, remote location, or take me here, take me there.
Anti-theft shield.
Anti-theft shield. It had the cocoon. Come on. You know what I'm saying? It had bombs that come out the wheel and a flamethrower that comes out the back because it moves so fast. Okay? This thing is jet black. It's elegant. It's sleek. That's the perfect crime fighting, catching criminal mobile. You know what I'm saying? And the way that they ended up enhancing this design for this film just to recreate not only the Batman, the franchise, but what he drives in it was amazing. It looks like a bat on the road with the fins on it, and the tinted out windows, even the way the he gets in it with that shell opening and he has to hop in, hop out. You know what I'm saying? Like This is one of my favorite, if not my favorite, versions of the Batmobile. There are a lot of them, but I feel like this one is now the prototypical mold for most of the Batmobiles that have been made since this. The only one that really kind of separates itself in the same form and fashion, I think, would be the Tumbler.
Yeah,
every other Batmobile kind of resembles this in some kind of a way.
Yeah, Batman was wild. He put this joint on shields and just leave it there, but I bet you Bernice from South Beach Towing would have took that joint.
Got that jump.
She got that.
She'd have got that with the shield on and everything. Bro. Yeah, she would have had the welder, dog.
Taking that, man. Yeah. It's great, man. It epitomizes what Batman is, or what we've known for him to be. That his vehicles would also be just as prepared and outfitted as he is with his utility belt. Because one of my favorite moments is, I don't know if this is the original, or maybe Batman Returns, where he's chasing somebody and he hits a corner and he throws out the hook and it
that's Returns.
To turn the corner real quick. Yeah, and it's like Returns. You're just like, yo, this is what doesn't this car have, dude?
That's also yet again, just like what we were talking about with the Ecto 1, it is constantly being enhanced. You know what I mean? Like the transformation from the Batmobile in Batman 89 to Batman Returns is crazy. And that Batmobile will end up finding its way on this list as well. So I'm not going to deep dive into that one yet. I don't know who's going to bring it up. We might have to flip a coin and do paper, rock, scissors. But it will get some love as well. But this one, I mean, it was groundbreaking for the film franchise, for this movie, and just it was so cool just to watch it. I mean, when it's driving, it looks like it goes about 200 miles on a bad day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Through them Gotham City streets, which always seem to be wet. Like it just rains in Gotham all the time. So the fact that the thing don't spin out on a regular basis is cool too, man. Love the Batmobile. Love the Batmobile.
Yeah. So my next one is going to be from the James Bond realm, man. We're talking about the film 1977, The Spy Who Loved Me. And this is actually a Roger Moore James Bond. It might be one of the better ones that he did. But the car I'm talking about is the Lotus Esprit S1. Lotus Esprit S1, you know what I'm saying? And this car stands out because this may have been one of the first times, I don't know the history, so I don't want to say it is the first time, but we saw a car convert from land mode to water mode, yo. Essentially, this thing becomes a mini sub, yo. There's like this. You know what's cool about this sequence in this film? Like, it's also a really good chase scene, man. We might have to bring that up once we get to that. But from The Spy Who Loved Me, they're on his ass, and the cool thing is, like, he's running out of road, yo. He basically drives his car off a pier. His passenger, this lady's like, oh my god. And he's like, nah, we got this, you know, in the Roger Moore cool, slick spy shit kind of way. And they hit the water. He hits some buttons. His display shifts in the car, man. And then all of this shit looks crazy, man. I don't know if you can see this, man, coming around, but this looks, it's a cool sequence. Even though
he's outrunning a helicopter.
The cinematography on the car, but he goes off the pier, goes into the water, and then all of a sudden hits the button and things starts changing, yo. All of a sudden the wheels kind of go underneath like on the DeLorean and Back to the Future, and then these fins come out and this thing starts driving through the water, essentially like it's floating, it's diving. And then also on top of that, the bad guys still are pursuing them. So the bad guys start coming at them, and they've got underwater vehicles and divers, and then all of a sudden my man starts engaging them. Yo, he hits this diver with a missile, bro. And he hits the ground in front of him, and then blood comes out, man. It's beautiful, dude. You're like, what the, yo, he throws a torpedo in the air, takes out a helicopter, because the car, it's not good enough that it can go in the water. It's also got to have some type of weapons and guns,
of course, man. You know, I don't know much about the James Bond franchise, but I know these two things, that he always drives a dope vehicle and has a very attractive woman riding shotgun.
Yeah, definitely, man. You're getting that, man. But it's cool, man. I think it's a cool moment in the cinema. It just shows how these things can do more than just be on the road. Apparently, also, the transformation is kind of fake. It's not like you have this one car. They actually,
I would think that
they use. I think they use 8 cars to pull this off. Jeez. So there's a car that could do the wheel thing where the wheels fall underneath. There's a different car where the fins poke out. Right. There's a different car that drives out of the water onto the beach after the chase. To the stunned crowd is like, yo, did we just see a car drive out of the ocean? But it's cool, man. We've seen this since in other films with a few times, with converting vehicles. But it's one that stands out, especially the year that this film came out, man.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. So my next car is none other than the DMC DeLorean from Back to the Future, 1985. And before I get into what this car brings to this movie, the DMC DeLorean is cool as fuck just because it exists. Okay, it's one of the coolest model cars that I've ever seen. I mean, when you open the door and get in, it's like getting into a spaceship. And then when you open both the doors, it looks like it's going to take flight. Okay, I mean,
who had the wing doors first? Was it the DeLorean or was that the Lambo?
I honestly don't know. But I don't think Lambos open more like a butterfly, where this one kind of open like that. You know what I'm saying? So that to me is just it was so cool. They come in that graphite gray, gunmetal gray. I mean, it looks like it's just it's a tank on wheels. You know what I mean? And so. With that, and then for them to use that in this movie, you know what I'm saying, because of its uniqueness, there was not a lot of them made. It didn't last a long time. It was a very short run due to the political ties and how the DeLorean franchise was even funded. You know what I'm saying? You can watch movies, look into that for yourself if you want to see how much coke he was smuggling to get that get that car off the runway line, but the cool thing about this one, what separates this DMC DeLorean from all the others, is that all you have to do is add a flux capacitor to it and it turns into a time machine. Are you kidding me?
That's crazy.
Are you kidding me? You know what I'm saying? It already looked like a spaceship, and now it can take you back to the future or back to the past or wherever you want to go. You know what I mean? Like this car is one of the most well-known and iconic vehicles in movie history. It is as well known as the McDonald's M, the Golden Arches. You know what I'm saying? People don't even know, might have never even seen Back to the Future, but they know the DeLorean. So I think that's really cool, and I like how. With this one, just like with the Batmobile or with the James Bond mobile, it's not just the flux capacitor. It's all the other attachments, gadgets, and enhancements that this car has. Now, of course, this film came out in 85, so you have to keep that in mind. That his switchboard is pretty much like he everything's labeled with one of the grocery store punchers and
what's funny though too when I see future tech in old movies, it always looks weird. Like if you see something like Avatar now, it's all touchscreen and but then when you look at Alien and it trips me out. It's like these people have figured out how to do deep distance space travel, hypersleep and all that, but their displays look like something on a Commodore 64.
Yes, dude, like one thing that always makes me laugh, dog. If it's before the 90s, the way that they have these futuristic machines look, two things: a lot of buttons and blinking lights. Yeah. You know what I mean? But so this one, I mean, it's got all these switches and gadgets, and you put in what year you want to go and the date and everything, and it'll take you there. You know what I'm saying? But what I really like also is that, at the end of this film, we see the DeLorean kind of get its own enhancements where, and all throughout the movie, 90% of the movie, it's driving, and you need this radioactive stuff to actually get it to work and to do the time travel. And so, of course, when Marty's stuck back in time, he's got to, the only thing that's going to give that kind of energy is a lightning bolt. So they get resourceful. Watch the movie if you haven't seen it. But at the end, when Doc comes back, he's got the futuristic glasses on, and Marty gets in, and he's like, yo, we going for a ride, buckle up. But then the damn wheels turn down, and the rocket fuel comes out, and the thing starts flying. Yeah. So, I mean, like, what more can you ask from a car? You know what I'm saying? It gives you everything.
That follows the trends of upgrading the vehicle too. Like,
yes,
that's pretty cool, man. Yeah, that's definitely iconic, man. I love that damn car, man. You know what's interesting? I did find out while you were doing that. The first winged car was the Mercedes-Benz 300 SL in 52. You know, so
okay.
And then they made a production model in 54 for the masses. So the 52 version was for the racetrack.
Okay,
I mean that's still cool. It looked like something James Bond would ride.
Yeah.
So my next vehicle, let's get out of here with the Millennium Falcon, man. And this is iconic from the Star Wars series. It's got humble origins. It says shabby interior. I think the Millennium Falcon is what the streets would call a sleeper. If we're looking at cars, something that looks just not that flashy, but underneath the interior is a beast, man. You know, and we call it sleeper because a lot of times they'll bait someone with something new, production model. Oh, you got your 2023 Mustang, and you pull up to the light, and I'm sitting over here in this little beater, and you think we can't do nothing, but I'm in the sleeper. Yeah, I got something under the hood. Don't worry about the exterior under the hood.
Nitrous tanks
so that's
back.
what the Millennium Falcon looks like. As far as I do know, I'm not that super deep into the Star Wars lore, but I know that the current owner, was Han Solo, Chewbacca, and he actually got it off of Lando in a space card game.
Nice.
Some type of gambling stakes was involved.
Okay.
But this thing is crazy, man. What it could do and what it has done through the series since the very beginning. This is the ship that carried Luke through most of those early films. We're talking about the Empire, Star Wars original film, the Jedi stuff. The Falcon is there. The Falcon is to help keep the galaxy. It's probably the most important ship in the galaxy, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Other than maybe Vader's destroyer or whatever, man. Maybe you get into the TIE fighters and all that little stuff. But the Falcon is a beast, man. Definitely comes through in the clutch. Has a lot of secrets under his belt. One of the fastest. Completed got the best time on the Kessel Run, yo. If you watch Solo, if you watch the film Solo, which I think is highly underrated, man. That's I think is one of the better, newer Star Wars films that they made, and we get more background into the Falcon and its capabilities, and even some more on his origins, man. But this ship is almost as important as any other human characters in the Star Wars universe.
I don't know much about Star Wars, but I know this: when they put the pedal to the floor, the lights start going. All the stars turn into.
I love it. And what I love too is it looks unassuming. It looks like a disc with junk bolted onto it. It doesn't even look aerodynamic.
No, it doesn't. Not at all.
And I love that, man.
Not at
and
all.
It's got this weird ass tube on the side of it. It's got a cannon bubble that you sit in and get the busting off, man. It's a beat, man.
What more can you ask for in a spaceship?
Shout out to Millennium Falcon, man.
Yeah, man. There you go. So I'm gonna close this thing out with one of my favorite cars out of every movie, any movie I've ever seen, which is the 1958 Plymouth Fury from 1983's Christine. Let me take a breather for a second. Okay, this one right here. It's a bad mamma jamma, dude. Like, she is up to no good when her intro song is bad to the bone. When she's coming off the assembly line, she's catching bodies already listening to Bad to the Bone. So, the thing about this vehicle, not only is it beautifully structured as far as this classic design. I mean, candy apple red, it's elegant. It's just, it's a beautiful, beautiful vehicle. But the thing about this car is, she, and I refer to her as a woman because she has, Christine, and she has a thing for male drivers, and what she will do to whomever wants to be that man to steer her wheel. She will help you find your swag. She will bring you back to life. She will have you walking on clouds and think that your shit don't stink. But the thing that you have to understand is that she also has a superiority complex. She's super jealous. There is no other woman for you. So
you ain't gonna have nothing left with this car, bro.
And that's all she wants.
She'll probably run over your boss.
You know what I'm saying?
If you get too wild, if he have you working too much,
and it's wild because yes, if you bring anybody else inside of her, she will try to kill them. And if you don't play by her rules, she will try to kill you. You know what I'm saying? She catches bodies like it's the thing to do. And one thing that I think is just really cool, I mean, of course, she's possessed. You know, she is the epitome of being in a toxic relationship. You know what I'm saying? Most of us have been there once or twice in our lives, so you know how that feels. Maybe if you haven't, hey, more power to you. But what I will say is this, one of her best qualities is that when she breaks down, or if someone decides to baseball bat her in the middle of the night, she can fix herself. So you don't have to worry about no repair bills. I never even once seen my man fill her up for gas.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She just seems to drive off of evil energy by itself, which, you know, that to me is like, you know, wow,
it's crazy, man.
Wow.
It's wild to me that this car is just out there doing stuff.
Yes,
like chilling, like don't really need gas. I don't even know if he refuels, man. They don't never get into that in the movie, but I can imagine pulling up to the gas station because he's so possessed at this point. He's probably just running on autopilot.
Yes,
but the fact that the car is out here acting on its own, it's just amazing. It's a cool concept. We've seen some movies kind of address it. I kind of like the pack of trucks and stuff, and what was that?
Overdrive.
Overdrive. You know, things like that, man. But I think maybe it's time to revisit the possessed car film.
You know, another thing that I really like is when she goes possessed, like she's a fishbowl. She don't got no tints, but when she goes full on possessed, when she is angry, her windows tint. She's got that limo tint going on, which that's when she goes into fury mode. It's like, it's really cool. I mean, she drive up and down the street. She'll run you over. She'll kill you with the exhaust. I mean, she's very inventive to be a vehicle, you know, and that's what separates this from, it's more than just a car. I mean, it's not she's a cutthroat killer, but she's an entity. She is a possessed demon on wheels, man.
Yeah, it's just interesting car design too, man. It's like a shorter version of the Batmobile.
Yeah,
you know, with the fins on the back. Got the
fins, yeah. You know,
the 62 version looks crazy though, man.
Oh,
That's just hard, yo.
I mean, I think this model car is just, I mean, it is really elegant, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you can find one that is not possessed, that I would probably shoot for that. But just the body type, I mean, you throw some white walls on that thing, man.
66 is hard,
oh,
bro.
man, look at that.
Like a mini Charger, bro.
Yes, dude. Wow. And you know it's got something under the hood, dude. You know it's got something under the hood.
Man, that's cool, man.
Yes.
Yeah, so I think that's it, folks, man. We can wrap this up, man. We're going to catch y'all next time. Let us know what you think about these episodes we're doing. Also, if you got some suggestions on some lists you would like us to check out, leave those in the comments below, man. But yeah, make sure you subscribe, follow us, man. We're at Classes of Cinematics on Instagram, man. Catch me at Monkey Blood on Twitter and Instagram.
And as always, this is Bobby Blockbuster. You can catch me on this show.
What was that?
This is Bobby Blockbuster. As always, you can catch me on this show or a film review show.
All right, folks, we out of here.